Yeah, what's going on, people? So today I want to pose this question to you. Do you think that the devs should change the method that they use to buff and nerf certain operators? Well, actually all operators, not certain ones. And this is in response to the mid-season reinforcement patch, and they nerfed IQ and Blackbeard. And I said I was going to do my thoughts on a different video, so yeah, this is that video. 2 weeks later, but yeah, I've been busy. So it's just a discussion video, just my thoughts and opinions. You can feel free to leave yours down below. So if you don't know how the method that they use to buff and nerf certain operators, well, there are two priorities. First of all, is going to be the Pro League. A lot of people actually don't like that whatever the people in Pro League says they change to suit them, but I can understand that. Sometimes I don't like it, but I can understand that Pro League is their priority. Those Pro League players play on a completely different skill level to everyone else. Like, Siege is probably a completely different game for them and the tactics that they use. So if they say an operator is too OP because they can use certain tactics with them and they end up nerfing the operator, then I can understand that. But the second set of data that they use is actually from the Platinum and Diamond PC ranked players. They have a chart called the pick and you win rate delta. I'll put it up on the screen here. So where these two lines meet is actually called a sweet spot. I don't remember the radius of the circle. They actually showed this at the invitation earlier this year, so I'll put the little sweet spot circle there. So basically this is what they like to call the sweet spot, and they like to keep all the operators around this circle. This is where they feel that the operators are the most balanced. So if you stray too far away from this circle, either to the right or the left, they may be due to a nerf or buff soon. So using the most recent charts that they showed us from the mid-season patch for the attackers, you can see that Ashe, Twitch, Hibana, and Finka are probably the most picked and the most used operators. So I'm going to start off with dealing with operator nerfs. And I can see two flaws with their method. This is just my opinion. So first of all, fun and favoritism. So if you're just using the data that you see on charts, obviously Ashe, Twitch, Hibana, and Finka are going to seem okay, these are due for a nerf because they stray way too far away from everyone else. But that's not the case. Finka is, yeah, I'd say Finka is OP, which is funny because they actually chose to buff her again. But Ashe, Twitch, and Hibana not really. I'd say they more fall into place that they're just fun to play with. These are fan favorite operators. Everyone loves them, so their pick rate is going to be extremely high. It doesn't necessarily mean that their loadouts are OP, it's just people like to play them. For example, Ella, y'all nerfed Ella to hell, but people still pick Ella. She's just a fan favorite. Same thing with Blackbeard. I think Blackbeard is probably the most nerfed operator, but I still use him. I like his customization, I like his loadout, I like everything about him. So when you have likable characters or you create characters that are, they just look really cool, kind of like Vigil, everyone is going to want to play with them, and that's going to send their pick rate through the roof. If you look at Hibana, her win rate is not high, but her pick rate is. So again, people just like to play with these operators. Now when it comes to operator buffs, I think that's a completely different story. I actually think that they try to buff certain operators for the Pro League because they actually said this in the patch notes for Alibi. They said it right here that she's a bit too strong in ranked, but the first few weeks of Pro League showed that she's underused. So they're gonna wait and collect data to see how and why that they can adjust her. Meaning, I think they want her to be used more in Pro League, even though she's already strong in rank. So if they choose to buff Alibi so she seems more attractive to the Pro League players, what is that gonna do to the casual players that are already using her a lot in ranked? They're just kind of gonna create a monster in a sense, and they have already done this. If you look at the defender charts, you see Capcan and Frost at the very bottom. They don't know why these two operators are at the bottom, but they're gonna try to see how they can change that, and they ended up buffing Frost, both of her weapons. And here is the problem with that. This is like the second flaw that I see, which is you can't make every operator seem attractive to everyone, especially those high skill players like in the Pro League or the Platinum and Diamond ranked PC players. Certain operators are just not going to be attractive to them because of their skill level and the tactics that they use. I mean, with a skill level that high, falling for frost traps is probably going to be the least of your problem. You know, there's frost, you know, just look down. You know, basically the effect has worn off. Same thing with Alibi. When she was first released, everyone was falling for her holograms all the time, but now we're accustomed with her in game. You don't fall for it as much. You know, if you pick a corner, that person doesn't take a shot at you, they're just standing there, you know, it's a hologram. So yeah, the effect of frost, I think, has worn off. So to try to use her gadgets in those high skill games is just gonna be ineffective because the effect is worn off. Have you ever seen frost being used in the Pro League? I have not. Or Capcan. The only trap operator I see being used are Legion and Ella. So again, trying to buff Frost to make her seem more attractive to the higher skilled players. If it doesn't work, what happens? You create a monster for everyone else in the game, and this is basically what happens, because I love Frost. Frost is my favorite trap defender, and they chose to buff her. I'm not going to say no to an unnecessary buff in my eyes. Frost is honestly probably the most underrated defender. Her weapons are so good, but yet no one uses her, and they chose to buff those weapons. So I'm just having a blast with Frost right now. But yeah, in cases of buffs when the defender is not being picked or used for the PC and diamond ranked players, I think they should look at everyone else. Look from gold down on PC and console to see if their pick rate and win rate is high, because if it is, then you know, you should probably just leave them alone, because like I said, you can't make every operator seem attractive to everyone. So Frost and Capcan probably don't suit those high skill players, their tactics or some of the plans that they have. So yeah, those are just my thoughts on them buffing and nerfing certain operators. What are your thoughts? You can leave them down in the comment section down below. I don't know if you found this somewhat entertaining. You could leave a like and subscribe for more Rainbow Six Siege content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.